Let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever seen the red flags in a relationship, but ignored them anyway? Maybe you told yourself it would get better. Maybe you thought you could change them. But the truth is, most people don't miss red flags. They see them and hope they disappear. Today we're talking about the red flags people ignore until it's too late.
Quick question. Have you ever begged someone for clarity? Just to realize the clarity was in their behavior the whole time. Today, I'm going to show you how to stop overthinking, stop spiraling, and start reading people correctly without needing confession and apology or closure. Welcome back to Yonnie Unfiltered, where we don't sugarcoat, we don't chase people, and we don't ignore what we already know. If you're here, I am Yonnie, and this channel is about relationship, self-worth, boundaries, and leveling up mentally and emotionally. By the end of this video, you'll know how to tell when someone is interested, how to stop confusing mixed signals with potential, and 3, what to do next without embarrassing yourself. Hit a like if you have ever been confused by someone's behavior, and subscribe if you're done playing small. Let's make this interactive. Comment I stayed if you have ever stayed because you believe in someone's potential. Comment I if you have ever walked away the moment you saw the signs. And if you're in the middle right now, comment I am deciding. No shame here. This is a growth zone. My confusion happens. Here's the truth. Confusion isn't always about not knowing. Confusion is usually about not wanting to accept what you're seeing. Because when someone likes you, you feel it. When they respect you, you see it. When they value you, you don't have to beg for proof. So why do we get stuck? 3 reasons. Number 1, hope. We treat breadcrumbs like a full meal. Number 2, attachment. We get addicted to the highs and ignore the lows. Number 3, ego. We don't want to admit we choose wrong. We keep trying to fix situations. Which one of these fits you? Hope, attachment, or ego? Type in the comment section. If they wanted to, they would. Now let's talk about the famous line. If they wanted to, they would. And yes, most of the time it's true. But here's the upgraded version. I want to live by the upgraded rule. If they wanted to, they would. And if they couldn't, they would communicate clear and consistently. Because grown adults don't disappear, reappear, and call it love. Examples. If someone insisted, they don't forget to text for days. They don't call at nights. They don't avoid plans. They don't keep you in almost situation. Let's be honest. Some people keep you confused on purpose because confusion keeps you available. Clarity signs. Let me give you 5 clarity signs. If you don't have these, you're not confused. Your situation is just unstable. Clarity sign number 1. Not intensity, consistency. Number 2, effort without remembers. You shouldn't have to coach a grown person on how to treat you. Number 3, accountability. When they mess up, they fix it, no excuses. Number 4, public respect. You're not a secret. You're not hidden. You're here, not private, when they are publicly active. Number 5, you feel calm. If your body is always anxious, your spirit is rejecting what your mind is trying to justify. Interactive moment. Which one is missing for you? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Comment the number. What to do next? Now here's the part people skip. What to do next without acting emotional? Step 1, over explaining. Step 1, over explaining what you need. If you've said it twice, they've heard you. Step 2, set a standard, not a speech. I like consistency. If we are building something, I need communication and effort. If that's not where you are, that's okay, but I'm going to step back. Step 3, watch behavior for 7 to 14 days. Now, what they promise, not what they post, not what they say when they are scared to lose you. Step 3, watch behavior for 7 to 14 days. Now, step 3, watch behavior for 7 to 14 days. Not what they promise, not what they post, not what they're saying when they're scared to lose you. What they do. Step 4, choose peace, not potential. Potential is not relationship. Potential is not commitment. Potential is not loyalty. Let's do a quick exercise. Grab your note app right now. Write this sentence. I get confused when. Now finish it honestly. Example, you read aloud. I get confused when they are sweet one day and cold the next day. I get confused when they say they miss me but never make a plan. I get confused when I'm giving 80% and they're giving 20. Now write this. My standard is, and these are some examples. My standard is consistent communication. My standard is planned dates. My standard is respect and honesty. Now comment one standard you're committing to, just one. You don't need closure from people who show you the truth in their behavior. And if you're sitting there thinking, but Yonnie, what am I scared to be alone? But Yonnie, what if I'm scared to be alone? Then the next video is for you. If this video helped you, Hit the like so YouTube pushes it to someone else who needs it. Subscribe to Yonnie Unfiltered because we are not begging for clarity in 2026. And comment standard if you're done accepting confusion. See you in the next video. Why we stay so long. Thank you.
Scenario 1. Moving too fast. The situation. Imagine a woman named Danielle meets someone named Marcus at a social event. From the very beginning, Marcus seems extremely attentive. Within the first few days, he texts Danielle constantly throughout the day. He tells her things like, "I've never met anyone like you before." After only 2 weeks, he begins talking about future plans together. He says things like, "I can already see us building a life together." At first, Danielle feels flattered. The attention feels exciting and intense. But then things escalate quickly. Marcus wants to see her every day. He gets upset when she spends time with friends. He begins saying things like, "If you really cared about me, you would prioritize our relationship." What started as romantic attention slowly becomes pressure and control. Danielle ignores the discomfort because she thinks, maybe he's just really serious about the relationship. Why this matters. Moving too fast can be a warning sign of emotional manipulation or love bombing. When someone accelerates the emotional connection too quickly, it can create false intimacy. It can pressure someone into commitment before truly knowing the person. It can make it harder to recognize unhealthy behavior later. The intensity of the beginning often hides deeper issues that show up later. A healthy relationship usually develops gradually with time, trust, and consistency. Scenario 2. Avoiding accountability. The situation. A man named Jordan is in a relationship with Alyssa. At first, things seem normal, but Alyssa begins to notice a pattern. Whenever Jordan does something hurtful, such as canceling plans last minute or speaking disrespectfully, he never takes responsibility. Instead, he responds with statements like, "You're too sensitive," or "You're always making a big deal out of nothing." If Alyssa brings up how she feels, Jordan shifts the conversation and blames her. Example, Alyssa says, "It bothered me that you ignored my messages all day." Jordan responds, "Maybe if you weren't so demanding, I wouldn't need space." Over time, Alyssa begins to question herself. She starts wondering, am I overreacting? Maybe I'm the problem. Jordan never acknowledges his role in the conflict. Why this matters. Accountability is one of the foundations of a healthy relationship. When someone refuses to accept responsibility, problems never get resolved. Communication becomes unhealthy. The other person begins to lose confidence in their own feelings. Avoiding accountability often leads to gaslighting, where someone manipulates another person into doubting their reality. Healthy relationships require both individuals to say things like, "I was wrong. I understand why that hurt you. Let's fix this." Without accountability, growth becomes impossible. Scenario 3. Disrespecting boundaries. The situation. A woman named Kayla begins dating someone named Eric. Early in the relationship, Kayla expresses something important. "I really value my personal time. I like having space to recharge." At first, Eric says he understands. But as the relationship continues, his behavior begins to contradict his words. Examples, Eric repeatedly shows up at Kayla's apartment without asking. He becomes upset when she wants to spend time alone. He constantly pressures her to change her schedule for him. If Kayla tries to set a boundary, Eric reacts negatively. He says things like, "If you really cared about me, you wouldn't need space." Or, "Why are you pushing me away?" Eventually, Kayla starts ignoring her own needs just to avoid conflict. Why? This matters. Boundaries define how people treat each other in relationships. When someone repeatedly ignores boundaries, it shows a lack of respect for the other person's autonomy. It can lead to emotional exhaustion. It creates an unhealthy power dynamic. Healthy partners respect statements like, "I need time to myself. I'm not comfortable with that. I need to think about this." A relationship without boundaries often becomes controlling and emotionally draining. Respecting boundaries demonstrates mutual respect and emotional maturity. Scenario 4. Only showing up when it benefits them. The situation. A man named Derek maintains a relationship with Tasha, but Tasha begins to notice something strange about Derek's behavior. He often disappears for days or even weeks without much communication. But whenever Derek needs something, he suddenly becomes very attentive. For example, when Derek needs help moving, he calls Tasha immediately. When he wants company or emotional support, he shows up suddenly. When Tasha needs support, Derek is rarely available. If Tasha asks about his absence, Derek says things like, "I've just been busy," but the pattern continues. Eventually, Tasha realizes something important. Derek shows up when it benefits him, but he is absent when she needs support. Why? This matters. Relationships should involve mutual effort and consistency. When someone only appears when it benefits them, the relationship becomes one-sided. Emotional support is not reciprocated. The other person may feel used rather than valued. Healthy relationships involve consistent presence, not selective convenience. True partnership means showing up during good moments, supporting each other during difficult times, maintaining communication even when life becomes busy. Consistency is often one of the clearest signs of genuine care and respect.
Small lies might seem harmless, but they matter because trust erodes over time. If someone lies about little things, it becomes difficult to believe them about bigger, more serious matters. It shows a lack of accountability. Instead of being honest, they choose deception, even when the truth would be easier. It creates confusion and instability. You start questioning what is real and what isn't. In simple terms, if someone is comfortable lying about small things, it often means honesty is not a core value for them.
When someone disrespects you in front of others, it's more than just a moment of embarrassment. It's a clear indicator of how much they value you and the boundaries you allow. It matters because public disrespect often reflects a lack of respect in private as well. People who truly value you will protect your dignity, not challenge it in front of an audience. If someone is comfortable belittling, mocking, or undermining you publicly, it suggests they either don't respect you or feel there are no consequences for doing so. In any healthy relationship, whether friendship, family, or romantic, respect should never disappear just because other people are watching.
When they make you feel like you're always the problem. This is a major red flag because it's a form of manipulation and blame shifting. Instead of taking responsibility for their actions, the person constantly turns the situation around and makes it seem like everything is your fault. Over time, this can make you question yourself, your reactions, and even your reality. Healthy relationships involve accountability on both sides, not one person carrying all the blame.
Sometimes the problem isn't that we didn't see the red flags. The problem is, we hoped the person would change. But one of the hardest lessons people learn is this: you cannot build a healthy relationship with someone who refuses to grow. One thing life teaches us is that growth often comes from experience. Sometimes we learn the hard way, but once you recognize the patterns, you stop repeating the same mistakes. Thank you for being part of the conversation here on Yonnie Unfiltered. And remember, the more honest we are with ourselves, the better decisions we make.
Thank you so much. See you next time.